Hey guys, it's Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome and thank you for finding us. I hope this video finds you well. It's an other pickups video because I've gotten so many damn releases recently that I've had to do like I'm just going to adjust my camera here. Pickup video after pickup video after pickup video. So this is my last two Criterion flash sale purchases. So there's like 11 Criterion movies, I believe. And then what I got for my birthday this year, which is around 10 or 11 movies. So there's about 20 things here. This is the Criterion box. And then here we have my birthday haul. I think I'm going to do Criterion first, and then I'll do my birthday haul, or should I do birthday haul first? Let's do Criterion first. So if you may or may not know, I've been going through a huge Cronenberg phase recently. It began at the end of 2024. I called it the Great Cronen Binge of 2024. I watched 18 or 19 of his movies in like a month or two. And one of the ones that I did not watch during that binge because I was waiting to get the Criterion release of it is Crash. I loved this movie. I loved it. I think it's in my Letterboxd top 4 right now, and I put a pretty extensive review of it on Letterboxd, so you can go check that out if you're interested in my full thoughts on it. But this is just a batshit insane NC-17 erotic car kink. I don't even know how to describe this movie. It's totally nuts, and I loved it. And the Criterion edition is fantastic. So next we have a very different film that is very beautiful that I just loved the shit out of revisiting because I hadn't seen it since it was released in theaters about, I think it was 9 years ago that this movie came out in theaters. Guillermo del Toro, who is one of my all-time favorite filmmakers and certainly one of the most influential artists in my life and as on me as a creative person, it's The Shape of Water, which is just such a beautiful and incredible film. And this is the 4K and Blu-ray dual format. And I watched the Blu-ray, and then like a couple days later, I got a 4K player for my birthday. So now I can watch the 4K release. It's just a really beautiful movie about living in difficult times and like the power of dignity, of courage, of relationships, of love among people who are oppressed and outcast by mainstream society, which is very much patriarchal white male society in this film, which is very much what is happening in America in 2025, right? So this is a very relevant film right now. So, and it's just such a beautiful movie. I loved it. So this was a movie I had not seen before that I was so excited to see. The remake is insanely famous, and you've probably seen that. It's Scarface from 1932. I mean, this is like the gangster movie. Like, how can it not be? Like, it just feels, and I know that there were gangster movies made before this. It just feels like every American crime gangster epic spun out of this film. It felt like witnessing the Big Bang after hearing about it for years and years and years. This movie was released in 1932. Paul Mooney is in it, and it was just like, it's so damn good. Criterion did release this on 4K. I did not get the 4K because I did not have a 4K player when the Criterion sale happened, and I did not know I would be getting one. So I just got the Blu-ray. But anyway, Bicycle Thieves. Vittorio De Sica, one of the most famous and influential and seminal films probably ever made. This is an Italian film from, I think, 1948. It's 89 minutes long. This movie like had a really profound impact on me the first time I saw it when I was in college because I love European cinema from like the 40s, 50s, and 60s where you're like just on the street and you're in these cities and you're among these people and you're just experiencing like life as it naturally existed in this period of enormous historical change and upheaval. And you see that in like French New Wave films, you see that in Italian neorealism, obviously, which is what this is. And in Fellini was not a neo-realist, really. He was heavily influenced by them, and he had tutelage from them, but he very much had like an element of fantasia and like circus wildness to his films that was very different than neo-realism, but still like an on-the-street type of movie. And I just think those movies are really incredible and beautiful and such a tremendous preservation of history and a time and a place. And so I was really happy to pick that up. So continuing on the Cronen binge, I got Naked Lunch. This is the other Cronenberg feature I've never seen. Now, Shrouds, his newest movie, is coming out Easter of 2025. So once that comes out, that'll be the other Cronenberg film I've never seen. But Naked Lunch, never seen it, and RoboCop is in it, and I'm really excited to check it out, and I was very happy to pick it up. We have a little Douglas Sirk next, Magnificent Obsession. So like 2 years ago, I picked Inherit the Wind for, or is it Written on the Wind? Inherit the Wind? Written on the Wind? One of those two, the Douglas Sirk one. I picked that for the podcast with Mike because I had always been interested in seeing it, and I loved it. And then in the next Criterion Flash sale, I got All That Heaven Allows, and quite frankly, I like that even more. And that's like a 5-star melodrama romance. I thought that movie was fucking incredible. Rock Hudson is so good; it's so beautiful. And so I was really excited to check this out, which also stars Rock Hudson, is directed by Douglas Sirk, and I think this is the film that launched Rock Hudson to stardom. I'm very excited to check that out. So you may have heard of this film before, Seven Samurai. I've owned the DVD of this for like 13, 14 years and finally decided to get the Blu-ray, which has been out for probably 13 or 14. I think there's a 4K of this now. I'm just a decade behind on my upgrading. So I'll buy the 4K of this when they release the 8K probably. But yeah, I mean, one of the greatest movies ever, undisputably, and a phenomenal edition of the film that has a shitload of bonus material. I think I've seen this movie like 5 or 6 times. Hopefully I'll find 3.5 hours free to watch it again at some point before I die, but I'm very excited to have that. So next we have some Lubitsch, Designed for Living, and I got this because I saw To Be or Not to Be last year. Was it last year? Maybe the year before last. I think it was last spring I watched that movie. It's just one of the funniest movies ever. Like truly one of the funniest movies ever. It was so fucking funny. I was like dying laughing. And so I was very excited to pick up more Lubitsch films. I also have seen The Shop Around the Corner, which I own on Blu-ray with Jimmy Stewart, which was remade as the movie with Tom Hanks, You've Got Mail, and which is a great movie. And so I've seen other Lubitsch films and really liked it, but To Be or Not to Be, like really, I was like, this movie's incredible. So I need to see more Lubitsch. So this is very early from 1933. Then we have a Powell Pressburger film, A Matter of Life and Death, which stars David Niven, if I'm not mistaken. I thought that Colonel Blimp, The Life and Times of Colonel Blimp, is just such a beautiful, incredible film. It's a great drama. It's so well made, like incredible cinematography, sets, everything like that. Really powerful emotions. And so I wanted to see as many other Powell Pressburger films as I could. I watched the one with the nuns on the mountain in India. What the fucking is that Black Narcissus? And so now I've picked up this one, and I'm very excited to see this. And then we have more Vittorio De Sica, going back to neorealism and post-war Italy, started in 1952, and it's Umberto D, which is, I saw a video essay about this film like a decade ago, and it looked phenomenal, and I've heard a lot about it. And when I first watched Bicycle Thieves and I learned a little bit about De Sica, I heard of this film. I just never seen it, so I was like, you know what? I've been trying to watch more Italian films because Fellini is one of my all-time favorite filmmakers, like top 3, 4 easily. And my knowledge of other Italian cinema is relatively spotty. Like I've seen the War trilogy, Rossellini's War trilogy, and I've seen a couple De Sica films like Bicycle Thieves, like I said, and a few others. And I've seen like a couple Antonioni movies, but I don't have like a really deep knowledge of Italian cinema. But I love all the Italian films I have seen. So I was like, let me just get some more Italian films. And then we have The New World, Terrence Malick. I've never seen the 3-hour version of this film. I've seen the 2 other versions of this film. I saw it in theaters, and then I had a DVD that had a different cut on it. And with cinematography from Chivo, Emanuele Lubezki, this movie just looks phenomenal, and I think it's got a very beautiful heart, and I love the way that Terrence Malick makes films. I think he makes really beautiful movies. Thin Red Line is one of my favorite movies. Tree of Life is a phenomenal movie. I really loved To the Wonder, which is, I feel like, kind of an underappreciated film of his with Ben Affleck, Javier Bardem, Rachel McAdams. I thought that was a really beautiful film. He's just, and Days of Heaven is like one of the best movies ever made, right? Terrence Malick, I think maybe more than anyone else, or maybe on par with the other greatest of all time filmmakers to have done this, tries to find the sublime and the divine and the relationship between the infinite and the temporal through the medium of cinema in a way that is so beautiful and probing and earnest and insightful that I can't help but be stunned by his films. And so I'm really excited to have that. Okay, so now here's my birthday haul. And this is like right in keeping with Terrence Malick. Bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 ba. Fat bastard left a floater. Terrence Malick should direct Austin Powers 4. It would be the best movie ever made. The scene in The Spy Who Shagged Me where Austin he pours the liquid shit in a coffee cup and he goes, "This coffee smells like shit." And then Basil goes, "It is shit, Austin. Oh, that is not just me." I can't. These movies are so funny to me. They're like some of the funniest movies I have ever freaking seen. So shout out to my in-laws who got these for me for my birthday. I saw them all in theaters. I mean, like when I was a teenager, except for this one. I think I was like 20 when this came out, or 19 maybe. Maybe I was a teenager. What year is that? Was it 2002? Yeah, so I was a teenager. I was 19. But they're just so funny. They're so funny. I just love it. I got the Neverending Story. My son bought this for me. So my son and I saw this in theaters a couple months ago, and we both loved it. And we couldn't stop singing like the theme song. I mean, obviously I had seen it before, but he never had. We couldn't stop singing the theme song together. Um, and we got my younger son, my older son and I saw it. My younger son got into the theme song too. And we're like, oh, we should get the Blu-ray and like show him the movie. So my son got it for me for my birthday, so I was really excited about that. My brother got me a couple Tim Burton movies. I'm a huge Tim Burton fan. Happened since I was like 6 years old when I saw Batman. Mars Attacks. I had not seen this since theaters. This movie is bat shit insane. Like Tim Burton should be awarded a special Oscar for taking like huge budget studio resources and putting them towards some of the most insane fucking ideas that have ever been filmed in the Hollywood system. This movie is just insane. It's a really good satire of the stupidity of arrogant, powerful people. And it's also a really funny, broad comedy. And it works really well as both. And it's so good. And the cast is incredible. And like, I love it. And then Ed Wood, which I have not seen in about 10 years, which is a great movie, obviously. And it's Johnny Depp. And is Sarah Jessica Parker in this movie? Yeah. And, Bill Murray is in it. And Martin Landau plays, does he play Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi? He plays one of those two, right? Um, yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen this movie, and it's a great movie, and I love Tim Burton, so I'm really excited to see it again. And then my brother and sister-in-law and my two nephews and my niece also got me, in addition to the Tim Burton films, the Back to the Future trilogy, which is good. And I asked for this specifically because I'm trying to find these like classic movies from my childhood that I can now watch with my kids because they're old enough and they're really enjoying them, like Neverending Story. And like we watched Princess Bride maybe like a month ago. We watched The Goonies. Oh, what else did we watch? We watched Short Circuit, Johnny Five, and my kids are really liking these 80s movies that I grew up on, and it makes me really happy. And I'm really glad that they don't look at them and they're like, "Oh, this is just dated crap. I don't want to watch this." Right? I used to like when I was a kid and my dad would watch like Marx Brothers, and I mean, my dad wasn't born in the 30s, obviously, right? But like he would watch that stuff when he was a kid. I don't know if they would go to the theaters and see like re-releases of it, or I don't know if it was on TV. I'm not really sure, but like he loves the Marx Brothers, Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello, but also like Universal monster movies, World War II adventure movies like The Guns of Navarone, Bridge on the River Kwai. Like I watched all that stuff with my dad as a kid, and my brother and I loved it. And so I'm really happy that my kids are enjoying watching stuff with me, and I'm really excited to watch Back to the Future movies with them. And finally, Mike got me a Steven Seagal Blu-ray set. Hell yeah. This is 5 films. So a couple of these I already own. I own Under Siege and Under Siege 2. Above the Law, I think I might have, but I'm not 100% sure. But I do not have Hard to Kill, which is so fun. It has some of the most ridiculous dialogue ever. And then Executive Decision, I've never even actually seen. So I'm very excited to check that out. So it is a 5-film Steven Seagal set. So that is I don't think there's any possible way for me to show you all of these. I don't think I have enough bandwidth in my hands. Is that an expression that makes any sense? Handwidth? Band handwidth? Again, back to my... I need to get Kawhi Leonard. He's on the Clippers. He lives in LA. I need to get him to come over and like hold movies for me so I can put them all in the frame. This is such a catastrophe. This is why I'm a terrible guitar player, because my hands are not big enough. I watch like Jimi Hendrix videos, and I'm a huge Jimi Hendrix fan, but I watch like Jimi Hendrix videos, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that's easy for you to do, Jimmy. Your hands are like the size of my head. So there you go. There they all are. Criterion releases and birthday haul. My name is Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Thanks for coming. That's what she said. And we'll see you next time.